Oh my goodness, that is a lot of baby oil.
You gonna be my only big boy bottom, baby?
Yes, kid.
Huh?
Yes, kid.
You gonna cook for me?
Yes, kid.
Huh?
Yes,
You gonna
kid.
wash my clothes?
Yes, kid.
That's what I'm talking about. You gonna wait on me here in the foot?
Yes, kid.
If you don't, I'm gonna get rid of your fat ass.
I don't know who's more diabolical, the prosecution or Diddy, because if you ask me, they're no different from him. Why are you making the jury watch these kind of tapes? If I was part of the jury selection, and listen, I done partook in my fair share of watching XXX movies before. None of people who I know personally or who I may know, I would never want to see any of my friends in that type of situation. You understand what I'm saying? No matter if it's good or bad, I just don't want to envision that. With that being said, if I was part of the jury selection, I would have opted out not to see that. I don't want to see that. Why are you showing me this for? I don't want to see those people like that. I'm not interested. The stories alone is too much for me. And now you want me to have this in my visual? Do you not think that some of those people may need some type of therapy going on in the future? Who knows what was on that tape, what they actually saw? And for the people commenting on a girl laughing, listen, people react different. People have different expressions. No one is always going to react the way you do. So let's see what the internet is talking about in regards to the jury selection, having to sit down to watch the actual FO. If you ask me again, why would you show that to them? You may be opening up a Pandora's box. You might be setting or triggering someone in that jury selection to do the same. Hey, listen, that's how it starts. Someone introduces it to you. You start watching it on your own. Then some people want to bring it to real life like your boy Diddy. Let me stop wasting your time. Let's roll the clip. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Let's go, baby.
The gallery could not see or hear what was being played on the screens. The jurors were issued headphones while they watched, although some of the headphones were like pulled off of one ear. You know, not every juror put the headphones on fully, and maybe they had them turned up a little too loud. So word from the gallery is that the sound was kind of bleeding out to the gallery, and they said it sounded like sex tapes playing from a loud setting on at least one set of headphones. So later in this episode, I'm going to play you a part of my conversation with one Lauren Conlon. Lauren was inside the courtroom today. We talked about not only that sound that they all heard, the moaning and the groaning and the sex and all the rest, but also what the jury's reaction was when they were watching these freak-off videos. What's really interesting is the male versus the female reaction. And I know what you're thinking, because I thought the same thing, and I wasn't wrong. So we're going to get into that in a bit. But also something else happened today, a shake-up in the jury. One of the jurors was bounced, and an alternate was shuffled in. One was black, one was white, and it is causing a racial stir. But first, I want to get to the beginning of day 24, because before a single witness was even on the stand, things were tense. And again, it was just about this juror issue. Juror number 6 specifically, who's been part of the panel since the start of this trial, officially bounced today, dismissed this morning. The judge said that he believes that this juror actually shaded his answers so that he could get on the jury. Just that this was a mission he wanted on the jury and he didn't tell the truth. Or fudged it, or wasn't 100% honest, I should say. So let me repeat that. It wasn't that he lied to get off a jury, which is what a lot of people do. I don't want to do jury duty, right? That's
Today in the Diddy trial, we crossed the line from straight up scandal to criminal documentary. The jury came in hot this morning, only to find out that juror number 6 got the boot. Why? Because he couldn't give a straight answer on where he lives. Which is kind of ironic because this whole trial is about people hiding and lying about things. Now let's talk about what really happened in court. For the first time, the jury was shown actual explicit videos of sexual scenes. Not just the blurry screenshots or secondhand stories, actual footage. These weren't short clips either. We are talking about actual footage of freak-offs that were filmed in 2012, 2014, and other times. One juror even covered her face and one visibly winced. It was bad. Then texts between Diddy and Cassie were shown planning freak-offs like they were some company holiday party or something. Escorts, hotel rooms that were being built under fake names. Invoices paid by cash and Amex. I mean, this guy was running an entire underground empire through Bad Boy. And let's not forget messages about buying 15 Molly pills, hotel rooms destroyed with high damage charges, and even Diddy trying to reconnect with former assistants. Literally right after the lawsuits started flying. Oh, and tomorrow his former assistant is expected to take the stand, only under immunity. But that's because he plans to plead the fifth. The fifth! That's not a good sign for the defense. This case isn't just about celebrity drama anymore. It's about control, power, trafficking, and a long trail of cover-ups. And if Diddy gets convicted on all charges, remember, he's looking at life.
Did you know that it was reported that a juror laughed during the Diddy trial today while watching one of the freak-off tapes? Yeah, it's facts. So we are currently in day 24 of the Diddy trial, and they are looking at them freak-off tapes, y'all. But am I the only one that feels bad for them? Like, damn, y'all went all these years to get, schooling to be in law, and you gotta watch corn. That's awkward. So I could only imagine what's in these tapes, y'all. But I want to know, what exactly did he see or hear that made him chuckle? And it was also reported that a woman juror, when she was watching the freak-off videos, all she could do was just shake her head in disappointment and disgust. So I'm really thinking what could have been in this tape for the juror to laugh, but I can say that this is completely ridiculous. But I wonder if that laugh came from, dang, it looks like these ladies are enjoying it. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section.
So yesterday we were talking about those freak-off videos that the jury watched. Today they watched more clips, the defense showing them 5 videos and several clips from all of those. In total, they saw about 18 minutes worth of video. Taking notes again, everyone had those headphones on that we talked about before. They turned off the public screen so nobody could see what was happening in the gallery. But at one point we could actually hear the music. I couldn't make out what kind of music it was, but the judge then reminded everyone to put their headphones on so that we all couldn't hear what was going on. That clip played for about 8 minutes, and that entire video is about 11 minutes and 23 seconds long. There was some other footage that was shown. You can see here, 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 and here. So I was looking a little bit at Sean Combs. He had his headphones on today. He didn't have his monitor on because he couldn't see that because of the restrictions with the gallery. But I could see that he was listening. He was looking towards the jurors and he was tapping his leg, and he kind of looked at ease as they were listening to all of this. But the jurors, though, they did not look at ease. Many of them were kind of squirming and looking away.
One thing I'm going to tell you about the jury selection, when it comes to their reaction, for the person who laughed, again, the person who laughed, we don't know why he laughed. It could have been something somebody was wearing. They probably looked funny. It could have been a funny incident that took place. We don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's not taking it seriously. You can't help a certain reaction sometimes. Just like when you burp, it's just going to come out. Sometimes you laugh and you don't mean to laugh out loud and it just happens. Hey, it is what it is. Now, as far as the prosecution, for them to show, I forgot how many minutes they say the length of what they had to watch was, pause, they're diabolical. That means they sat there and combed through all evidence, any visual evidence. They say, you know what, that's the part we're using. I don't know who was in charge of minimizing all of the footage into that little clip, but they're sick in the head too. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess it's tough being a lawyer, you know what I mean? Or should I say the prosecution? You going to school for all them years just for them to make you comb through a lot of freak-off tapes. That's, man, listen, I don't know. Like I said, there's no difference from when you have teachers with children. They're around them too much, they end up indulging. Same thing like the Wiener guy in New York City, where he's supposed to be the czar for prostitution, and somehow he became the number one client. You know what I mean? So when you get too close to these situations, you're opening up a Pandora's box. It's not for everybody, but in those circumstances, I find it hard to believe that won't happen. Let me know if you disagree in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. What is your thoughts about the jury selection? Having to watch this. If you was part of the jury, would you watch this? Would you opt out and say, no, I'm not watching this? Me personally, I would have said, I'm not watching it. Why do I need to watch it for? You guys already explaining what you're explaining. You showed what you showed. Anything naked, that shouldn't even be allowed. I'm sorry, that should not even be allowed. That's just That's sick. It's sick. Whoever put the tape together, they really sat there and said, yes, this is what's going to get them. They said, no, not that part. Yeah, that part. Add this part too. Don't add that part. There's nothing there. We like that part. Come on. Miss me with that right there. They creeps too, if you ask me. With that being said, don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'll see you in the next one.